Hey everybody, it's Taylor, and if you just watched my last video, you know I'm here with another book chat, but this one is gonna be about, sorry, I had to put my drink down, Karen Marie Moning's Burned. I read the last book in this series and this book in 48 hours. I finished this all yesterday. I was really excited about it, especially to be out of my book slump, but this is the 7th book in the Fever series. I've done a book chat about the first 5 books in the series. I'll put that in the description below if y'all want to go check that out. But anyways, let's get to it. I know I've talked about this in my book haul, but obviously the cover is awesome. It is the first hardcover that has been a part of this series, so I was also, of course, excited about that. And, you know, her covers are always great. They always have, you know, the torsos of naked tattooed men on it, which is always just great if you ask me. In this book, the perspective is back to Max, pretty much. The last book was told from a different perspective, but the 7th book, Burned, is back to the perspective of Max, that she was the narrator, or the perspective told from in the first 5 books. So I was kind of excited about that, but really this book is told through more than just Max's perspective. It's pretty much everybody, almost everybody's, but mainly Max. So that was interesting. I was excited to get back to that. And this book just follows Mac and everybody else through pretty much them trying to fix all these problems that have happened in their world because of some things that have happened with their Fae world, or the human world and the Fae world colliding, and just all the different things that have happened to her. She has something inside of her that is causing her turmoil, plus everything that's going on in the outside world, and it is just a mess. So it just kind of follows her through her and the people that surround her trying to figure all of that out. Of course, the book was amazing creative fantasy. It wasn't as romantic and love story based as the first 5 were, which is understandable because of the fact that there's so much stuff going on. I hate when I read a book and there's like the world is coming to an end, but yet like for some reason the main character is like worried about their love life. I can't stand that. So I like when it's more realistic in fantasy. You get what I'm saying. Anyways, I definitely give this book a 5 out of 5 stars. I recommend it to anybody that likes urban fantasy, romantic fantasy, anything like that. The Fever series is top notch. I love it so much. It is amazing. I'm going to probably dive into this now, so if you don't want to be spoiled on this book, click off of it now, but before that, give it a thumbs up if you like, I guess, the first 3 minutes of this video. Thumbs down. If you didn't, also subscribe so you can know when I post more videos, and come back and see me later. But until then, get off of here if you don't want to be spoiled. Bye-bye. See you later. Anyways, let's dive into it. Oh my God, y'all. This book. Okay. My best friend read these before me. So I kind of I didn't know really what was going to happen, but I knew that there was some stuff that was going to happen. Some important stuff that was going to happen. I did like that the book was told from like so many different perspectives, but I was glad to be back around Mac. She's fucked up, y'all. This she should do or whatever in her is a mess. I don't know how they're going to get her out of that, but I like that it's not just all of a sudden fixed. I do like that because I hate when that happens. So that was really interesting, like just watching her go through her personal problem with the fact that like the devil is living inside of her pretty much. But and then, you know, that the story wasn't focused on her and Baron's relationship was also, I missed it, but also I thought it was cool because they obviously shouldn't be focused necessarily on that. So I was really glad about that. It was good to know about her feelings towards Danny and understand that, like, she wanted to forgive her, but can't. That's like realistic. Nobody is just like, oh, you killed my sister, even though we all kind of, if you read them, you know that she didn't she didn't kill her sister. But you get what I'm saying. It's not that black and white. So, I was, you know, it was refreshing to see Karen Marie Moning, like, actually put some real life emotions into that, which she has throughout this entire book, so I was not surprised by that whatsoever. But, obviously, I'm glad the problems had kind of gone away for a little bit, but then, you know, in the beginning of the book, Danny's gone. And I knew Danny was going to come back, and I knew that she was going to come back older. I didn't know how I knew this from when I was in ice. I knew that she was going to be older and burned, but I didn't know how she was going to get older because I knew that it's not like it skipped a couple years. So I actually guessed when I was reading Ice that she was going to get trapped in Fae at some point, because I was like, that's the only way that she could age and nobody else age. So I already kind of knew that, but I didn't know when she was going to come back. I wish we would have known a little bit more about how Barrons was feeling. Not Barrons, shit. How Ryden was feeling while she was gone. I feel like we didn't get enough of that, but I think if you read Iced, you could assume how he was feeling not having Danny around for, I think, like, for what they knew, 21 days. I literally, when I came up, and this is the last chance, if you're still watching this, you are about to be so spoiled, so please stop watching this if you do not want the whole book to be ruined for you, because there's a big surprise in there. Okay, I gave you a chance. When I first read the chapter from Jada's perspective, I was like, I called my friend, and I was like, who the fuck is Jada? Like, where'd this bitch come from? It's like freaking out, like, we're just gonna throw some random girl in the mix, like, who is this, blah, 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 blah. So when they're at the Abbey, you know, Ryden, Barrons, Mac, all of, you know, all of the Highlanders or whatever, and I'm reading, and Barrons and Mac are fighting about, you know, the whole thing with, oh, and I also knew about Barrons, erasing Mac's memory. I already knew about that. My friend let that slip. So I wasn't that surprised, but definitely interesting scene. And of course, they're fighting about it in the middle of the Abbey, and then all of a sudden, I just read the line that was like, Danny, Ryden said. And I was like, oh, I'm about to die. Oh, it like ripped a part of me. I was like, where is she? What happened? And then it says that Jada is Danny. I was like, what? Oh, I didn't know what to do. So then, of course, it like goes on to explain that, like, which you got a glimpse of it in Ice, that like Danny had like another person inside of her because of Ro and like all this shit or whatever, and or not because of Ro. It doesn't really explain if like she already had it and Ro like brought it out, or I don't know. I was blown away. I did not know what to think, because all of us have been bitching this whole time. If Danny was only older, she could be with Ryden, and it would be such a different story, and blah, 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 blah. And then what does Karen do? She's like, okay, bitches. I'm gonna make Danny older. Just watch me. Y'all are gonna rue the fucking day. And we did. That's what we get for bitching. Because now Danny is older, and she's not even Danny anymore. She's Jada, her, like, alter ego that's been trapped inside of her. And Danny's trapped inside of Jada now. So our Danny's gone. And here's this, like, robot version of Danny. Oh, it just makes me so sad. But I did love the part when Ryden's like, how are we going to tell Lore? Like, Lore's going to be so sad. He loves that kid. But then at the same time, Ryden's like, oh shit. She's like, the whole scene where Ryden's talking to Lore about Danny, like, just, oh, it was my favorite scene in the entire book. Speaking of, I wanted to tell y'all my favorite quote of the book. Of course, I have my City of Bones DVD cover as my bookmark. Fangirl all the way. This is when, after they already know about Jada and everything like that, and Mac is invisible, so she could get away from Jada, because Data's trying to kill her. So she went invisible with the help of the Shishadu that's inside of her. And I'm sorry if I'm butchering the way to say that, but that's how I say it. And Raiden and Barons are talking, and they don't know that Mac's in the room listening to them. And Raiden's pissed off at Mac. And Raiden says, Mac's ass is... Pretty much he's about to say, Mac's ass is mine. Like, I'm going to beat the shit out of her. And before he can even finish it, Baron says, mine. As to say, Mac's ass is mine. He says, mine. Baron says flatly, you will never go there. You have a problem with Mac, you work it out with me. I'm her shield. I'm her second... I just ruined that, see? I'm her second fucking skin. And of course then, like, Mac's all like, ah, that's so sweet. But it is. Because they don't show each other a lot of affection and everything. So, to know that, like, he stands up for her to his... What you found out, I guess they're brothers. That's still, like, an iffy thing. Like, they're brothers or not brothers. Hopefully we'll find out about it in the next book. But I love this book. I think the cliffhanger at the end of this book was really weird with how do you pronounce, I don't even know how you pronounce his name. One of the Highlanders still being alive after they saved Christian from the hag lady. Why can't I think of what her name is? You know, of course we knew Barons was going to come back. He can't die. I mean, he dies. He just comes back every time. But we were like, okay, that dude's dead. But then he's not. I thought that was just like a weird cliffhanger. But I kind of liked it because it wasn't like a major one. Like, if they would have left it, like, if they would have left Ice with Danny and Faye, I would have died. Like, even, I didn't have to wait for Burn, though. A lot of people had to wait for Burn. So, anyways, other than that, I was super pumped about this book. I recommend it to anybody. I'm going to put the link to my Goodreads where I have a whole bookshelf for the Fever series. You can click on those and it'll give you links to where you can buy this book if you haven't read it. And if you haven't read it and you just made it all the way through, you know what's going to happen. So I'm sorry, but that's your own fault. And then give reviews or anything. But add me on there. I would like to know what y'all are reading. It gives me good ideas. Also comment down below. And if you haven't read this book, or if you have read this book, comment down below. Tell me what you thought about it. I'd love to chat with y'all. I'm also going to put the link to Karen Marie Moning's stuff so y'all can go check out her social media, like her blog and her website and stuff like that. I'll have the link to me and my best friend's Tumblr that is strictly book related, where I upload my videos and she has book reviews that are way better than mine. And we're hoping to get a friend I made over Vine, his name is Ryan, to do some fun Larry fanfiction reviews. So I'm excited about that. So go follow us on there. I'll also have the links to all my social media, my Vine, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and Snapchat. If y'all want to add me on any of those, definitely love to have you. Subscribe if you want to know when I'm going to post videos, because I do not have a schedule. So the only way you're going to know is if you subscribe. So love to have you on there too. Thumbs up if you like this video. Thumbs down if you don't. You know how I feel about it. Express your opinion. And until next time, guys, don't forget to do what you dig. Bye.